afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for March 15th, 2021, Monday, 3 p.m. Eastern. If you say to yourself that your problems do not exist, are you going to believe that? It's a good question to ask oneself. All problems are inventions of the mind. All problems are inventions of the mind. From circumstances the ego deemed undesirable. In reality, there are only opportunities for soul growth. And these problems are simply superhighways to transport you to higher consciousness. So you can kind of picture yourself cruising along in divine perfection. You see how so many different, twists and turns and avenues that we just really haven't discovered with ourselves always goes back to the mind and the ego. So the mind creates the problem. We turn the problem into reality. That's why we always say there's always solutions to everything. So then you move to understanding how would I be able to make enlightened decisions? How would one go about that? To expound and propagate concepts is simple. To drop all concepts is difficult and rare. Nisargadatta. Every day, along this amazing journey through this life, we get the opportunity to fine-tune our abilities to make healthy decisions that empower and inspire our lives. Some decisions are easy and obvious to make, while others can feel like they're ripping our mind and heart into 1,000 tiny pieces. When you can reach one of these major life choice points, you have to step into that colossal crossroads, take the time to go through this process so you can make the most enlightened decisions available to you. You ever hear the term, maybe when you were growing up, maybe, beggars can't be choosers? I never, I know other people have it either, but I've never really, what was that about? Beggars can't be choosers. My mother used to tell me that all the time. But there's a profound depth of that message. And you begin to realize, it becomes apparent that the more you feel demanding, needy, and lacking something inside yourself, your body becomes more tense, your vision becomes more cloudy, narrowed, and incapable of perceiving the infinite array of possibilities in this universe. So you start to realize that the more you beg for what you want, the less likely you are going to receive your desires. And the more challenging it becomes to relax and welcome in the happy, loving feelings that you're truly after. So as you observe yourself in this decision-making process, you notice that your body, if you had this, understanding, your body would feel paralyzed, frozen, contracted around certain choices, while in making other decisions it expanded with joy, as if it found the most liberating gift from the universe. So you begin to realize that what makes a decision self-empowering all depends on our perspective. How we are approaching our life, our relationship with ourselves, and if we can see all the many possible outcomes and choices that could be made. So you realize that decisions are powerful teachers designed to force us to look inside ourselves so we participate more intimately and who we are inventing ourselves to be. We are nudged into being the creators of our reality, designers of our destiny, and constantly invited to paint the masterpiece blossoming inside us on the great blank canvas of our lives. Now, if you wish to take your decision-making ability to the next enlightening level, start with a commitment to get to know yourself more intimately. If you can know who you are and what you really want in this life, the universe cannot just hand you the scrap decision leftovers that are stuck at the bottom of the barrel. If you don't stand up for what you want, you become like a child who cannot speak yet and simply accept whatever your parents give you. So you make this decision right now that you will always be able to clearly articulate what you desire. And this one simple choice contains so much potential power inside, it will transform your life in the most interesting ways. It's a big risk to go after what your heart truly desires in this life. So get to know why you want these things in life. What is it going to give you when you experience it? If you had excuses that would stop you from receiving it, what would those be? Who we are in this life is not all about what we desire to manifest. Yet our desires are great pointers to help us unravel the beautiful mystery within us. So look deep inside yourself and ask yourself, where do you want to be, do, and have in your life in 1 year from now? How about 3 years from now? Really sit with these questions. The more clarity you can discover today will impact on some level the quality of manifestation you attract to you in your future. So remember, in the now, you're creating your future. So your intent that you put out there to the universe, you make the intent, you have no expectations or attachments, and you leave it alone. But a lot of us won't do that. A lot of us will make the intent and follow it forever. Wonder why we don't have it. Deciding what you truly want in this life can be challenging because it feels like you are defining who you are and who you are not. If we commit to deciding to do one thing, we can feel confined, that we are excluding 1,000 other possible options. The other reason why decisions are often so challenging is the time frame or deadline we form around them. If we had an infinite number of years to reach our desired outcome, we might become so relaxed about the whole thing that it wouldn't matter if any decision was ever made. The enlightened path to discover here is that the limitations we feel around time and resources can work for us or against us. When we are thinking what we don't have an abundance, that we don't have an abundance of money, love, time, creativity, or manifesting power, it can force us to get deeply creative. When we have consequences to our choices, a price tag you have to pay for every decision made or not made, we become even more reverent beings who are conscious, choosing who we want to be and why we are here. When it comes down to reality, believe it or not, we have full choice as to if we entertain this belief and limitation or not. The mind will make up all sorts of stories about what is true and real and what is fiction and fantasy. Yet the truth is we are living in an ocean of unlimited conscious, intelligent energy that has no boundaries or borders. The mind likes to create limitations to play with and believe in some form of pressure around special decisions that have to be made. Yet the big secret here is knowing we are all spiritual beings at the core. Our infinite spiritual nature contains the realization that there are no limitations, no death after the body is gone. Deep down we know that we have an infinite resource of manifesting power inside us and an eternity of time to create anything we desire. There is so much So there's no such thing as a person. There are only restrictions and limitations. The sum total of these defines the person. The person merely appears to be, like the space within the pot appears to have the shape and volume and smell of the pot. Nisargadatta. To step into the realm of making enlightened decisions, we must choose to start with blowing up the mind. The mind is too small of a container for an enlightened decision to fit in. We must drop the mind completely for an enlightened choice to find its way in. To reaching this place of enlightened insight is not hard. It just takes patience and the willingness to see the infinite realm of possibilities that exist here, now. We must choose to be willing to quiet the mind so it eventually stops its desperate perpetual search for answers. To truly understand what an enlightened decision is all about, we might need to first clarify what an unenlightened decision entails. An unenlightened decision is one that is not self-reflective, introspective, or taking into consideration a deep love and respect for yourself. When you don't know who you are or what your heart truly yearns to manifest in this life, chances are high that you will struggle with every decision that comes your way. This doesn't mean in order to make the most enlightened decision, we need to contemplate for several hours when taking any risk or leap in life. When we are in tune with our deepest life mission and purpose, we can make a huge enlightened life choice spontaneously and confidently. You can tell a decision is enlightened when it brings you more freedom, lightness, love, depth, or even more possible choices. An enlightened decision won't limit your future, yet rather will expand your consciousness in every dimension. Enlightened decisions are win-win solutions, where everyone benefits in some miraculous way. The most enlightened decision will manifest instantly when the mind is perfectly calm and silent. Here we become truly in tune with our hearts, aligned with our special spiritual nature, and capable of feeling what our deepest needs are. The more we are in touch with our spiritual nature, our true soul connection to the universe, we will know what we must most want to experience every day before we leave the body. Knowing this connection, every decision-making experience becomes easier and happens faster all along the way. If you are afraid to make any decision that could possibly alter your normal, safe life circumstances, you'll notice that the mind is frozen in Fearville. It is terrified of change, thinking things will remain okay if I remain in full control and don't make any changes. If you're able to take one baby step out of this comfort zone, you won't end up molding and rotting in your cozy safety pit. An enlightened decision maker loves taking risks because they realize there truly is nothing to risk. They know they are a soul, a truly infinite being inside, and are excited to throw some spice into their life in order to really enjoy the ride. Those who were seen dancing were thought to be insane by those who could not hear the music. Friedrich Nietzsche. To make that deep change and arrive in the liberating land of enlightened choice-making, think about those choices you've made in the past that have made your heart sing the loudest. What great risks have you taken that have manifested the most wonderful situation that is still impacting you today? By trusting the risks you have taken in the past, you'll relax deeper into yourself and realize that you are listening to your heart. This is one of the first steps to uncovering your real spiritual essence. Notice how you feel when you're coming from a place of intuition, inspiration, love, and trust. Just feeling into these qualities every day make it 1,000 times easier to become that empowered co-creator of your life and dreamy designer of your destiny. The most enlightened decision you can make will always be the one that brings the deepest relaxation into your body and mind. The most unenlightened decision will always be creating more stress, tension, anxiety, and fear inside. The unenlightened path is about basing our future on avoiding or possessing potential what-if outcomes. If we are desperately trying to avoid something from manifesting in our lives, we are more likely going to attract it and end up being a closed hand for receiving what we truly want. If we are always attached to a particular outcome having to happen in order to be happy, we become so rigid that we cannot relax into the happiness when it arrives. Isn't that something? Sometimes it seems impossible to make any decision at all in this life. We hit the super jackpot of challenging decisions and feel forced to make a major life choice where there is no evident win-win scenario. Our soul mate and life partner is drowning in a sea of circling, hungry sharks. The best outcome might be what we believe is best for others, or another time it may be only what's in the best interest for ourselves. Sometimes we must choose the safe route, what has been comfortable or known to us in the past, while other times it's better to take the dangerous leap of faith into the unknown. What happens and what helps us to find the most enlightened decision when confronted with a real-life challenging scenario is noticing where the choice is coming from. Is it coming from love and trust or fear and tension? The outcome you manifest will be based on the springboard you jump from. If you dive into the water out of pure fear, the sharks will smell that and eat you alive. If you dive in with passion, love, and trust, the two of you just might escape fear. Be aware of how grounded you are in this feeling and how it touches you emotionally as well. And to find out your choice is love-based or fear-based, pay close attention to your chest. Notice how the energy around your heart responds when you think about the choice. Does it expand in love or contract in fear? In this life, there is always a choice to be made. Even if we freeze and don't make any decision at all, it still ends up becoming a choice. And we must surrender to our default destiny, letting the universe decide what's best for us. This freeze point in decision-making is one of the most powerful transformational places we can arrive at. It is the point where pure choiceless awareness is found. It is the easiest place where we can create a breakthrough into a higher state of consciousness. When all thought processes come to a total stop, this is the moment when the radical, spiritually liberating experience of pure choiceless awareness comes into play. In this place, there is no separate chooser, no ego, or limited belief or being in need of anything. There is simply a relaxation into the spiritual destiny that the soul is already aligned with. The highest states of consciousness are found in the most random and ordinary circumstances. An enlightening experience can show up in a simple urge to move to a new city, get a new job, or change to a new relationship. It often happens when the mind becomes completely frozen and it cannot decide what the right decision will create the most happiness, success, and freedom. Ultimately, for the soul, it doesn't matter if your ego gets what it wants or not. The soul is more interested in where you are making each choice from. The choice is always coming from either a state of love or fear. Notice what experience you are really trying to have in this life anyway. If you could wave a magic wand, what would you honestly want your great destiny in this life to be? If you want spiritual freedom, you could choose to stay in the same house, at the same job, or with the same relationship that you've been in for years. As long as you're seeing what a sacred teacher this situation is, you'll be able to love where you are and feel truly free there. However, if you want financial freedom and great material success, you may want to do something radically different, move to that new town with the big job that has no financial ceiling to it. There are no right or wrong paths to take in this life. There are only choices that we make and how we truly feel inside about them. The game of life is a game of boomerangs. Our thoughts, deeds, and words return to us sooner or later with astounding accuracy. Florence Scovel Shinn. It's good to know that every curse we perceive in life is a blessing in disguise. It can happen that we incur so much intense emotion and pressure around a decision that we tend to hesitate, procrastinate, or distract ourselves with doing meaningless, time-consuming tasks instead. When the mind is wrapped up in fear, we end up trying to avoid feeling the fear by doing things which are somewhat enjoyable and yet deeply mind-altering. When the mind is doing a crazy number on you, the best thing to do is to go for a walk. Have some tea with a friend. Relax with a good book and let the whole process go. This approach is a conscious technique for trusting deeper in the universe, and it will show you what the best choice is when the timing is right. It may seem like you're avoiding making the decision, yet truly you're diving deeper into the trusting process. The conscious trusting method is powerful and effective as long as it doesn't turn into a lazy excuse for entertaining your addictions and avoid taking full responsibility for your life. The mind is a trickster. It will do anything to avoid an experience it doesn't want to have. If this sounds like you must watch your mind extra close. Commit to only doing the most inspired actions that make your heart sing every minute of the day. And eventually, you'll start feeling really inspired and can relax enough inside to see clarity around which decision to make. Best of all, you'll have the deepest sleep when the day is over. Enlightened choice. It's a choice. Don't judge each day by the harvest you reap, but by the seeds you plant. Robert Louis Stevenson. By surrendering to the idea that everything is sacred, we realize we cannot make a mistake on this spiritual journey through this life. We know the universe is ultimately running the greatest show on earth. We begin to honor this truth, feeling more relaxed about our future, and this helps the mind to see and feel into things more clearly. In deep relaxation, we can feel aligned with the highest outcome the universe already has in store for our greatest possible future. We stop being afraid and worried about what will occur tomorrow and are naturally spontaneous, quick to love, and feeling on purpose and creative. We are truly living in the now every moment of our lives. This is a deeply surrendering space to live in. And when we can choose it each day, we become capable of designing our destiny confidently, choosing a life we would truly love to have. When we cannot trust the experience of surrender, we remain stuck in the mind, trying to control the negative or positive outcomes and how they might manifest. This deep level of surrender is the most important quality needed for our enlightened decision-making skill set. The deeper we can surrender, the more confidence we can collect within ourselves and our ability to truly enjoy wherever we are at in our lives. Any type of choice we make from this place can only lead you to creating more love, abundance, and a deeper relaxation into our lives. So please do not worry if you feel lost in your life. We often become lost because the people and society around us are generally truly lost. Most people are not aware of their spiritual nature, consciously living their lives with a sacred, loving purpose. So, of course, they are going to feel lost. People tend to fall into the mind's comfortable habits of unhappy or unhealthy thinking, which then manifests all throughout their lives. As far as survival instincts go in life, generally, we humans tend to go along with what the group decides. If we just get along with others, we won't get cast out and have to leave the body. So we might end up allowing decisions to be made for us by the whole. If you're someone who tends to fall into this sheep-following pattern, do not fret. There is soon coming a new experience of life that is profound and amazing. There is a huge opportunity to make that decision to go deeper into your unique expression and give a voice to that creativity that wants to give birth inside you. It's not that following a group is wrong. The most important thing is that you feel free, empowered, and happy with whatever decision is being made through you. Just make sure you don't have any regrets on your deathbed. A life lived without regrets is a well-loved life. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted. And I'm sure we all are. And the first thing that we care to do is relax our bodies, head to toe, inside and out. Any stress, anxiety, worry, fear, any of it, let go. Does it really serve you any greater good? If it doesn't, let it go. Surrender it. Give it a big hug, full body hug, a smack on the cheek, and watch it vaporize. When you unload all of the negatives and stresses and fears and anxieties, the body just goes into float mode, totally relaxed. You can feel it. From head to toe, you can feel the blood flowing, and then the muscles relaxing, and then the tension and stress leaving. Massive. So what happens when you relax your body? You move into the now. Because you're sick. Remember, you're in the easy chair of your God. So you're literally leaned back. The God's arms are around you, and you're in total peace, total stillness. So you look at your body. You step out of it. How do you step out of your body? Well, by moving into the now. When you move into the now, you still the mind and the ego, that chatter that we all have. You know, tens of thousands of thoughts coming in every day. And what are those thoughts? Most of them aren't ours. We accumulated them when we were little babies, and we just started growing. The body started growing, and we just accumulated them all. We still that. We step outside the mind. We move into the now, the space between heartbeats. Now, some of us, or all of us, none of us are exempt from it. We reminisce. Heck yeah, we have memories, and we, go back in the past and remember when. Oh, that was a wonderful time. Oh, that was great. But we don't stay there. We don't live there. It's the same with those of us who go into the future. All of us will say, Oh, I wonder when this is going to happen. I wonder what if I wonder what if if this happens, how things are going to change, so on and so forth. But we don't stay there. See, some of us though will go into that elephant graveyard, our past, which is inert, which is basically non-existent. That's just gone. And we will take that past, we'll bring it into a future that doesn't exist, we'll create that future from that past, relive that past in that future. And that's why so many people will ask themselves, they can't figure it out. No matter what I do, no matter what angle I take, no matter what direction, I always end up back here. That's why. Now, do any of us live in the future? Do we stay there? Oh, some of us will stay there. What happens then? Well, chaos happens then. So the now is really all we have. It's all we have. So how do we stay in the now? Well, how about our breath? Our divine positive energy. And the reason it's so divine is because of the fact that it sustains the vessel that houses the kingdom of God within it. And it focuses us, relaxes us, strengthens us, eases us. So divine positive energy. So whenever you're wandering, because we all do it, whenever those thoughts just kind of start taking you away, and you feel like you're not even in control of it, because the thoughts just taking you away. All you do is you focus on your breath. And you focus on your breath through your heart and mind, not your head, not your ego mind. And you'll be in the now. Every single time. 1,500% guaranteed. So you look at your body and it's relaxed, really relaxed. And you're in the now. And all the chatter's gone. And all you're doing is you're a spectator of your ego mind, subconscious mind. You're not judging. You learn how they operate. And that's how they operate. Period. So always remember that you're consciously aware when you quaff off with different thoughts. Focus on your breath. You'll be in the now. Space between heartbeats. Now you look at your body, and we're standing, we're outside the body. We're looking at it, in it, and we're spectators. We're watchers. We're not judging. And so we see our body, and we see as it's seated in that easy chair of the God, you have these multitude of lights. There's 7 of them. Beautiful. And they start at the tailbone. They go all the way up to the center of the top of the head. All different colors. All different flower shapes with all different geometrical shapes in the center. So we look at this, the red wheel of light. This is the root chakra, the Muladhara. This is our survival. This is our career, money mindset, and sense of belonging. And it deals with our survival. It's blocked by our fear. It moves to the orange wheel of light. This is the sacral chakra, the Vadhisthana. This is our sexuality and pleasure. It is our connection and ability to accept others and new experiences. It deals with our pleasure, and it's blocked by our guilt. And then I move to the golden yellow wheel of light. This is our willpower. This is the solar plexus chakra, the Manipura. Personal power, ability to channel, is to be confident. So our willpower is blocked by shame. And then we move to the emerald green wheel of light. This is the heart chakra, the anahata. This is love, relationship, self-acceptance. It deals with love that is blocked by grief. And then we move to the blue wheel of light. Throat chakra, the vishuddha. This is our self-expression. It's our communication. And it deals with truth, and it's blocked by lies. Then we move to the third eye chakra, the ajna, the indigo wheel of light. Intuition, sense of purpose, motion, direction in this life. Deals with insight, blocked by illusion. Then we move to the crown chakra, the violet wheel of light, the sahasrara. This is the connection to the divine, to the God source, to all creation, to everything. That's to be fully connected spiritually. And this deals with our God source, the love, deals with cosmic energy. It's blocked by ego attachment. So we took our divine positive energy, our breath, and we joined it with the God force love light energy that actually flows through the center of these chakras, these energy vortexes. And that's our prana, our chi, our ki. And we joined our divine positive energy, our breath, with it. And we brought them both at the top of our head, our crown chakra. And we hold them briefly. We are light, we are love, we are God. In that brief moment, we compress and condense these two energies into pure, liquid, omnipotently powerful energy. We release it over our pineal glands. None of us have fully functioning pineal glands yet. Now, you can view how you see the pineal gland through your heart, mind's motion picture. I see it as a green bowl, rosebud. And when I release this pure liquid energy over it, it instantaneously transforms into a beautifully, fully blossomed, fully bloomed rose, massive with multicolored petals and a wondrous fragrance. Now, it sends out these shimmering waves, barely detectable, and just flood you, saturate you from head to inside out. It is so releasing, and it's just a deep, eternal peace, unending, total calmness. No connection with the external world. And you find out that you're the rose reflecting this within you. This is why we're consciously aware that we're of and from the highest of deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest eternal gratitude. In these bodies that we're in, our heart mind, our ego mind, our subconscious mind, higher self, the spirit, the soul, the God source, the pure consciousness, everything, all one. And we literally are heaven on this earth. The soul is the heaven, which is inside the body, which then carries it, which then creates heaven on earth. And every step we take, we're creating paradise. And we've learned to shine the light that we are, the God force, love, light energy, and we shine it outward. And we flood everything, everyone, all life, the highest supreme value universes on this planet. All our brothers and sisters, whether they're awake, half awake, asleep. And this is the purest, deepest, eternal love. It is what we're all made of. So you see, here's this planet. Here's close to 8 billion little gods, all make up the one God, all consciously aware that they're heaven on this earth, and that they create paradise with every step they take. And this planet, because of that, glows. In fact, this planet looks like the brightest star in the universe because of our light, because of our love, and because of our gratitude. So a God planet that glows. Now, we're all pieces of collective consciousness, but the collective consciousness, not every piece is awake. Some are just totally asleep, some are kind of awake, and others are awake. So we communicate with those who are awake, the pieces of the collective consciousness, the one, of which we're all part of. So we call upon all the light energy beings and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond and forever. Yet only those who are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, forming the circle of light, complete liberation of this planet. Now they come in the gogaplexes. One gogaplex fills this entire universe. They come in trillions of gogaplexes from trillions of universes in every direction. And they, consciously, are with us now. We call upon all the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, beneath earth, Agartha. Many, many, many civilizations. Yet only those who are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. And they come in the billions, and they are with us now consciously. We call upon all the off-worlders, all the galactics, all the celestials. Uncountable numbers, and all that there is. Now, we're only familiar with a smidgen of them. Over 1,000 travel through the solar system every day, and trillions travel throughout the universes every day. The ones that we're kind of familiar with, the Pleiadians, the Sirians, the Arcturians, the Andromedans, the Feline, the Zeta Reticuli, the Nords, the Greys, the Draco, the Reptilian, Golden Pyramid, and the Avian. Many, many, many more. Now, they've been assisting us in our evolution, enlightenment, ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage, our own self-imposed slavery. And in uncountable numbers, they are with us now, consciously. Call upon all of our loved ones, all those who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited. Yet only those who are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, in the forming of the circle of light, complete liberation of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now. And they come in the billions, and they are with us now consciously. We call upon all the light energy beings who have decided to be housed in the following forms, on, in, above, and below this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now, in this meditation, and form this circle of light and the complete liberation of this planet. And we're familiar with a smidgen of them. Yet only those that are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, to form this circle of light and complete liberation of this planet. They come in the trillions, shapes, colors, sizes, forms, configurations of which we have never seen before. And the ones that we're kind of familiar with, fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarves, the trees, the trolls, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether, wood, the mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, the minotaur, and many, many, many more. And in the trillions, they are with us now, consciously. We're all gathered, arm in arm, hand in hand, in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, prosperity, abundance. And we're all one. We're all God. And we're all love. And our God force, love, light, energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. We immediately form a massive circle of light around the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now, in this meditation. This light is from our core source, God, force, love, light, energy. It is from Source Creator. It is from the divine, of that which we were made of. And we've learned to shine it out instead of keep it hidden. And we're flooding all of our brothers and sisters and all life on and above and below this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now, in this meditation. It is saturating, flooding, and bathing us all perpetually, eternally, always. We begin to ascend above this planet, and we come in immediate contact with this massive ocean of glitter, and it is reflecting in trillions of vibrant colors in every direction. And when we look at one of the reflections, we see that it is a microscopic mirror, perfectly etched, reflecting all of us from everywhere. We're all teachers. We're all students. We are eternally so. This journey's never ending. We immediately met with the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. This is the column of light that reminds each and every one of us that we are the power of healing. We were then met with the flaming blue, violet, purple light of Archangel Michael. This is the column of light that reminds each and every one of us of our omnipotent power, strength, and resolve. Omnipotent power, strength, and resolve. Then we're met with the white fire. This is the column of light that reminds each and every one of us that from head to toe, inside and out, we are imbued, flooded, saturated, 24/7, eternally, always, with this white fire armor. It emanates from the God source within each and every one of us. It is the God force, love, light, energy. And it cannot be penetrated. It can't be possessed by demons or any possessions or entities or invasions or manipulations or possession, anything, ever. Cannot be. But only you. Only you. Only you have the power that if you decide to lower your vibrational frequencies low enough, whether consciously or unconsciously, your hatred, anger, greed, deception, manipulation, envy, stress, fear, anxiety, and the list goes on, you will create a breach in your white fire armor, enough so, allowing all of the lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies to come flooding in. Now, if you do decide to do this, you're immediately met with a purple transmuting flame. This is the column of light that you can bring in and literally transmute all of the lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies into neutral light substance, sending them to pure consciousness where they are gone permanently, vaporized as if they never existed. We're then met with the violet ray. This is a column of light that we can bring in. We can cleanse and purify the area where these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies were, sealing the breach in our white fire armor and restoring the harmony of the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love and gratitude and peace. We are then met with the golden white pink light. This is the column of light that reminds each and every single one of us that we are the sun, the sunlight. We are the rain and the rainbows. We are the sunsets and the sunrises. We are the oceans, the rivers, the lakes, the streams. We're the animals. We are the trees in the forest. We are the soils. We are the cloud in the sky. We're everything. So next time you're taken aback in the absolute majesty, beauty of a beautiful sunset or sunrise, or anything that you're in awe of the beauty, you're in awe of you. You're the divine perfection within that body. You're the soul. We continue to levitate above the planet. Some of us step outside our physical forms, if we're carrying physical forms, and we float effortlessly above them. We come in immediate full view of this massive crystalline light tower that we created. It's larger than this solar system. In the center of the tower, we see this massive oblong sphere. In the center of the sphere, we see this golden white sparkling ball of light. It is surrounded by multitude of rings of colored, shimmering, sparkling light, all different colors. And the golden white light ball is sending out misty waves that are penetrating us head to toe, inside and out. And all the colored rings are sending out misty waves, penetrating and saturating us all, head to toe, inside and out. The golden white bowl of light, deep eternal love. All the other rings, gratitude, gentleness, kindness, generosity, well-being, bliss, joy, peace, great wealth, great abundance, great prosperity, total deep eternal peace. And they're all reflections of all of us. We then just look at the top, and at the top of this crystalline tower, we decided so the golden ocean can come cascading down 24/7, 360 degrees, as it continues to do eternally, always, flooding us all life, the highest supreme value universe, flooding us from head to toe, inside and out, with the purest of the deepest eternal love, gratitude, and peace. See it, feel it through your heart, mind. Now, each of us are drops of this golden ocean. And we all carry the essence of this golden ocean. The ocean is the drops, and the drops are the ocean. And the only illusion is separation. We see our meditative sphere at set center circle. We created this sphere over 3 years ago. It holds almost 1,300 of our meditations in perpetual motion. All of us gathered, on-world, off-world, everywhere, every place. The highest of intent. All continually moving, expanding, and intensifying, flooding us all, inside and out. Picture that. Feel that through your heart, mind's motion. Picture how that floods you with the deep eternal love and the peace and the joy and the gratitude. It's endless. This is why this sphere can be seen, heard, and felt in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. This is why it continues to intensify and it continues to expand. We are liberating this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and all life that it contains. The highest supreme value in the universe. We are raising our vibrational frequency. We are learning that as long as we keep our vibrational frequencies at a high level and continue to expand them, there is no pain and suffering. There is no worry, stress, and fear. And you feel, as all of those meditations, everything are there, always, flooding, completely, inside and out, all of us, every single one of us, nonstop, eternally, whether you're awake or asleep. Everything you see is the result of your thoughts. There is no exception to this fact. The level of your success is limited only by your imagination. In reality, we're all visionaries. It's just that some of us got disconnected from that understanding, and we have reconnected. I'll join you in meditation and return to close us out. Take an easy breath in through the nose and an easy breath out through the mouth. Move easily and slowly. Know that the self is the rider and the body the chariot. The intellect is the charioteer and the mind is the reins. The senses, say the wise, are the horses. The roads they travel are the mazes of desire. The wise call the self the enjoyer when it is united with the body. The senses and the mind. The Bhagavad Gita. Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night, and the following morning. And we will return Tuesday, March 16th, 2021, 3 p.m. Eastern, to continue our global guided meditation call. And we will have our TFCC Wednesday night at 9 p.m. on this line, and our reverse aging call Friday at 9 p.m. on this line.